Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name is ARIA SKY. I am 18 years old and I'm from Wisconsin. I started modeling about 2 weeks ago. Before that, I kind of did a lot of various things. I did an internship at the police department, I went to high school, and I worked at a grocery store for about 2 weeks. So I've always been a very sexual being, so I just think that promoting positive, healthy sexuality is like a really big thing for me. And I love, taking my clothes off and being able to kind of express myself visually. So, plus I get to have sex on camera, so that's always a plus too. Well, I know that sometimes you can't really control the content as much as you might like. So, like, if I have, a bad hair day or something and I don't realize it, it's still documented on camera. It felt great when I was naked in front of the camera. I love being nude just in general, so I didn't feel uncomfortable about it, and it was actually a turn on for me to be naked. I definitely feel a sense of empowerment. I probably wouldn't do it otherwise, but I just think, expressing yourself is so beautiful, and I love that I get to share that with so many people. Well, it gets, there's a few different variations where, you get to try new toys and, like, you get to meet a lot of new people. But for the most part, I enjoy both a lot, so yeah. I'm so new that I don't think people really know who I am yet, but only time will tell.
Is that something you're concerned with about?
Somewhat, but mostly I'm excited about it. Yeah, I think that both Lee Raven and Nikki Hartz are really beautiful, empowered women who understand the industry on a very perceptive level. So when I was looking into the adult industry, I kind of went through their Instagrams, looking like which companies are they with, like what kind of scenes are they doing, and that was kind of a guide for me. So I didn't see porn until probably like a year ago, I want to say. And that was Crash Pad series, and I sought it out because I'd never seen it before, and I was looking for queer feminist porn. And I didn't even buy it, I would just watch the little clips. But yeah, I thought it was really fascinating. And other than that, I would just watch like sex scenes in movies because I was afraid of porn and I thought it was this bad thing.
Do you identify as queer?
Yes, I'm pansexual and polyamorous. So where I came from in Wisconsin, my mom is she had a very Catholic upbringing, and so she's always told me, that like women are supposed to be quiet and submissive, and even if she didn't say it in those terms, that was the general idea, and so I felt a lot of pressure in that regard to kind of fulfill that role, and I've finally come to terms with the fact that these roles that they've kind of set out for everyone is not necessarily who you are, and you should be comfortable with however you want to express yourself. I've always been very femme, but there was a time during, I want to say 5th grade, that I knew that there was something different about me, and so after I changed friend groups, I didn't feel comfortable wearing feminine clothing because nobody else was, and so then I threw them all out, and I would wear, like, just very androgynous sweatshirts and, like, baggy sweatpants and all that, but I didn't like it, so I'm glad to be in the femme world again. I think Halsey's absolutely amazing. I like her music, but I also just have a huge crush on her, which definitely fuels it. And then I like a lot of kind of alternative pop or folky music, so I like Borns, and depending on my mood, I like this band called First Aid Kit. I love nature, like seriously love nature. So hiking is big for me. I do some running on occasion. I really I like art, so I do that, but that's a little more rare. And then I also started stripping recently, which is great because I've always loved dancing, and so I'm really enjoying that too. That's a very good question. I definitely want to be part of an intentional living community of some sort because I think that would be, a really good constant in my life. I want to have kids, but I probably will adopt as opposed to physically having children. And this is kind of a side note, but I have like this very keen interest in yurts, so I'd really like to live in a yurt.
What is that?
It started out as a tent that nomads would live in, but since then it's progressed. So it's basically like a circular house, and there's different variations. And I just saw one when I was on vacation, and I loved it, so.